Hello, my darling flowers. It is literally the next month, and next month, as in it's August, and it's the 13th of August, and we're here still missing our darling beloved Wolf King Valko. And to help me remind myself of him or what we could have had, or I don't know, just learn more about like wolves in general, one of you darling flowers, Elizabeth. Shout out to you, girl. Like, I love you so much. Thank you so much for putting the show on my radar. I started watching this show last week called Wolf Blood. It is so good. Oh my goodness. My favorite character is Tom. Okay, Tom. He's so funny. He's so cute. He's extremely relatable and he's such a good friend. Honestly, Wolf Blood, without spoiling anything, like the best way I can describe it to you, Wolf Blood actually follows the lives of two very cute and very resilient teenagers called Maddie and Viridian, and essentially they're trying to navigate the challenges of growing up as teenagers normally do, but with the twist that they are wolf bloods who possess super strength, speed, and all sorts of unique powers and abilities. They have to navigate that while also keeping that shit a secret and be able to live as like a wolf blood and a human at the same time. So there's a lot of challenges and the friends that they make along the way, all of the adventures they get up into. It's like Scooby Doo, but for wolf bloods. You know what I'm saying? That is like the cutest way I can describe it to you. And honestly, it reminded me of some similar shows that I used to grow up. I mean, used to grow up that I used to watch growing up, called Naturally Sadie, Black Hole High, Wicked Science. Maybe some of you might relate to those shows. I grew up watching those and I used to like lap those shows up because those were my absolute favorites. I love those types of shows growing up so much. Like always something that has like a like a mystery or like a sciencey spin. Anything to do with mystery and science and a bit of horror and like some romance, like a tiny bit of cute romance sprinkled in here and there with some girly pop vibes. That is usually like the type of shows I would love to watch, and I still love to this day, by the way. So if you were curious, yeah, that's what I've really been into. I mean, the reason why I really love Tom is because he is such a good friend. He's like a ride or die friend. Like he will always be there for you no matter how bad shit gets. He will find a way to help you in some way, shape, or form. He is not two-faced at all. He's always there for his friends no matter what. Okay, and he's honestly such a sweetheart. He's so funny. He will crack jokes in the most, like if the tensions are high, he will, you can count on Tom to like crack jokes and like make you laugh. Okay, he's such a sweetheart. He's like the sweetest goofball ever, and he's athletic, super intelligent, and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, Tom is my favorite character from Wolf Blood. If you have watched Wolf Blood before, by the way, I watched it on YouTube. Like all of the seasons are available on YouTube. I loved it so much that I binge watched the first two seasons, and I just started season 3, and I'm sad because in the first episode, one of the major characters that I like is not there, but that's a problem for another time. But anyways, bottom line is, if you really love anything to do with wolves, or you just want to get like a kick out of some wolf lore, I highly recommend watching Wolf Blood. Okay, and once again, I actually happened to find some divine timing videos that happened to find me. And before I share them with you, I want to say that I still have love for the Love and Deepspace game, obviously, because like I don't know, like for some reason some people seem to like misunderstand and stuff. So this is mainly for like the people who have misunderstood. Like all of my, if you check back my previous videos, I've always talked about how much I have major mad love and respect and admiration for everybody on the creative team, literally everybody working on every single character. Okay, so I'm still gonna enjoy content of the other guys, but the enjoyment is not going to obviously be, it's never going to be on the same wavelength as it once was, which is why I did say in my previous videos that, you know, the magic has of course died for me inside. Like the game does not have the same level of magic that it did before because of what happened. Like, you know what my actual fear is? Let me tell you. My fear is that if I get excited for something, for Caleb, Zane, Raphael, Xavier, or Silas, if what if I, let's say I get excited about something that for them, and then like for trailer or whatever, and then they decide not to include that thing for them, like it gets cancelled at the last minute. I'm sorry, but that was never a possibility before. Sorry, not sorry. That was never a possibility that we had to worry before, even though they said that, okay, yeah, the 5 love interests are safe or whatever, but still, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Okay, that's just my opinion. I'm not telling you how to feel or how somebody else should feel. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling, okay? You don't have to think like me. I'm just telling what or saying what I would feel in that moment or what I'm feeling. Like I just cannot get excited the same way that I normally would have. Okay, and it's fine. Everybody's feelings are valid. Everybody processes things differently. So long as they are respectful and keeping a calm, cool head, I think it's totally okay for people to feel the way that they feel. But also not put words into people's mouth and misunderstand what someone is trying to say. Okay, some of you keyboard warriors need to calm down and calm your shit. Relax. Okay. So I just thought I'd get that out of the way because, and I am aware of the amazing and wonderful things that all of the Valkyries world over have done both online and offline. Again, that's something I've talked about in my previous videos. If you've noticed, my last couple of, I don't know, maybe 9-10 videos or whatever have all been related to Valko in some way, shape or form. So please, I highly encourage you to check that out if you haven't already, okay, so that you understand my stance on the whole situation and you understand what I'm feeling to get better context, because I don't want to keep repeating it, so that I want to bore you and I want to like try to keep things fresh by releasing a new and fun video every week, not just keep it all doom and gloom. Okay, I am aware that Raphael's new myth pair is going to drop and I will check it out on the quieter side. I don't think I'm gonna react to it. Obviously, as I said, I don't have the heart to react to any trailers live anymore, but I will probably share my thoughts in a video just like this when it does come out. Okay. And regarding Caleb's like basketball card, I don't even remember, what was it called? Is it Summer Surge? Oh my god, I think it's called Summer Surge. I haven't done the event story and I haven't even read the card yet, like online. I haven't done any of that yet. Like I said in my previous videos, again, check those out if you haven't, to avoid misunderstanding what I'm saying for some of you. Okay, I do still log into the game for a very minimal amount of time, literally just like a few minutes, because I still love the game. As I said, like, this game, believe it or not, did change my life. It gave me a platform, and it's not just because of the platform and be able to meet all of you wonderful darling flowers. That is amazing, and I'm so grateful for that. That is literally one of the most spectacular things to have come from all of this, that I have like-minded individuals to talk about all these things, because I don't have real life friends who actually play this game. Okay, so that is the reason why I felt motivated to create this channel in the first place, just to share my Simperella self, me simping for these hot fictional men, with somebody, and hopefully some of you would relate. And yes, a lot of you did relate, which I am thrilled. So yeah, and like I'm still gonna check out other content for the other guys, but it's just obviously not gonna hit the same, is what I'm trying to say. And when I do log in, it's just for like I said, I don't feel anything when I log in. It's so depressing to say, because I used to feel so giddy and excited. This reminds me of something that Serena, I love Serena so much. She has a YouTube, TikTok, and many other social media platforms, but I mainly watch her on like TikTok and YouTube. And on TikTok, she's a lot more active there, and she said in a video that she doesn't feel the same level of giddiness and lovey-dovey feelings that she once had when she would open the game. And I completely relate and resonate to that. That's true, because that same feeling of giddiness and excitement and, wanting to get, that feeling of being in love, that's how most of us felt when we'd open up the app. And that feeling is just kind of not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I really related to what she said. Also, like, everybody's boycotting in their own way. Like, there's different ways to do it, and whatever way that you feel is best for you, that's totally fine, as long as you're not, please never police anybody how they should or shouldn't navigate the situation, because everybody's feelings are totally different, and it's okay. Like, everyone has their own way of dealing with situations and problems. There's no one size fits all solution for everyone. So I just hope that everyone gives each other the same level of grace, love, and respect, no matter how we choose to navigate the situation. Okay, whether that's emotionally or financially or whatever. And I know that boycotting is like, some people are choosing to just not spend money or be free to play. I've been free to play from the very beginning, by the way. Like, I did mention in my previous videos that I was pay to play for my first account for a short period of time, but ever since over 7 to 8 months, I'm completely free to play on that first account, and I have 4 other accounts where I've been free to play from day one. Okay, so that is my stance on that side of the situation regarding my accounts and all of that. And I just don't feel anything when I log in. Okay, that doki doki feeling there, I said it, that is what the feeling is actually. That doki doki feeling that I used to feel is just non-existence. That is non-existence. Wow, non-existent. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, and 2 other amazing quotes or videos which I found from 2 two of my favorite girly pops is obviously Sade Adu. She's a singer and musician, and the other one, of course, is Alexa Demi, who is an actress and also a musician in her own right. Okay, so I just love their outlook and perspective on life. And it's to no surprise that through another wave of divine timing that their videos found my For You page. But I found these videos on Instagram, actually, not really on YouTube, but I'm pretty sure these videos can exist on YouTube as well, right? But I mainly found them there, and I'm not recently, I found them like months back, by the way. I found them months ago, and like I bookmarked them and saved them. And when I was rereading them, because I wrote some of them down, you know how I came to remember? It's because I wrote it down in my, my little hot pink journal that I mentioned in my previous video, where I like to write down things that really deeply resonate with me and have an impact on me emotionally and spiritually and all of that, right? It relates to the Valko situation that we're going through so well. Okay, first of all, let me read what Alexa Demi said, okay, and I'll try to give my thoughts on it. She said, somebody asked her in an interview, in a really beautiful interview, are you an optimist? She's wearing like her hair is like beautiful and curly and like let down, and I think her hair is like till her collarbone or like towards her neck. She's wearing very minimal makeup or no makeup, I think, as gorgeous as always with or without makeup. And she is wearing a beautiful like hot pink coat, and there's like flowers bursting on the sides, like because of the editing effects and all that. Some of you might have seen that video if you love Alexa Demi. So the question that she was asked by the interviewer was, are you an optimist? Okay, and she said, yeah, yes, yeah, I am an optimist. She says, I do believe in the power of, I guess, kindness and people seeing each other and connecting. And yeah, there is a lot of pain and ego and all of that stuff which we all deal with, right? But there's so much beauty with each and every one of us. And if we just drop into that and like take a breath and just have a little more compassion, then I have hope. And this is so beautifully said, because it's like what she's saying is, despite all of the pain and ego and emotional turmoil that each of us face, she still holds hope that through compassion and love and through like relating to each other's feelings and trying to understand what the other person is feeling and being understanding and really listening, not just speaking, but listening with our heart and an open mind and heart, we can have hope that the situation can change. And in Valko's case, it really has changed, because amazing and incredible, seriously outstanding things have been done both offline and online. Like the money which people would have actually put into the game, instead of putting that money into the game, all of the girlies and all of the Valkyries worldwide chose to use that money for really, really great causes, right? Of course, like shelters for both the women, for dogs, saving an extinct wolf species like the Mexican gray wolf, among so many other wolf species got saved, conservations got saved. There was a flood that happened in China recently last month, so obviously flood relief donations went there. And the wolf, the letters for Valko, the website which was created by the CN Valkyrie, is so beautifully made. Okay, so everyone, like players all over the world, could send their letters either to Valko or the creative team or just Love and Deepspace in general. So that was amongst, and there's probably most definitely many things which I haven't said, okay, which other creators have talked about at great lengths in detail. So you can definitely check that out if you haven't. But that just goes to show, right? Like no matter what, whether Valko returns or doesn't return, we are literally keeping the spirit of the wolf, the spirit of him alive. And literally, you know what tickles my brain in the best way possible is like, this is like we are a real wolf pack, like in real life. And again, this is me relating it to Wolf Blood that I watched as well. Like nobody abandons their pack. There is no one wolf that is lone. Like wolves always, even if there were instances where a wolf was alone for a short period, it just happens for a short period of time. For the most part, they will always find their pack and always will find a way to navigate situations together without having to, without having to bear the burden alone. You are never alone in this situation, and that is exactly what the heart of the wolf, right? Like the strength, resilience, loyalty, and compassion, and unwavering strength. That is literally the heart of the wolf, and that is what has been happening ever since his cancellation was announced. Extremely unfortunate and extremely disappointing decision that was made. I know there are a lot of things happening behind the scenes that we don't know about, and I can extend some grace to Enfold for that. But yes, it is baffling that there's not even a simple statement such as which I did mention in my previous video, that yes, we do hear you, but we cannot say anything at this time. Whether that angers the aunties or not, I couldn't give a shit. Okay, like that is just a simple statement of communication they could tell us, because like that is the bare minimum we deserve, because they themselves said in their previous letter, right, that they were going to be more open in terms of communicating better with us. So chop chop, baby girls at Infold. Okay. That is, now is the time. Okay, the suits, the people in suits, like, if you want this game to succeed for a long period of time, you gotta say something. It's not even about bringing Valko back at this point, even though that's what majority of us would want who love and adore him. The point is getting your act together enough to actually say something before things spiral into even worse of a situation. Because a lot of people are of course saying, like, a lot of people who are feeling burnt out from Love and Deepspace, or who are just losing passion and motivation for the game, maybe the first 5 love interests did not resonate with them, they didn't vibe with the other first 5 guys. It's totally okay. Valko became a reason for a lot of people to come back to the game, or for new players to completely join the game, because he was their type. And like I said this in my previous videos, if you didn't know, Caleb and Valko are my exact type of guy. Like, those are the exact type of guys with personalities that I would fall for 100%. Like, in any Otome game I play, if I ever come across personalities like that, I'm head over heels for that. I love the affectionate, goofy, intelligent type, okay? And especially if they're like, whether they be like, yes, childhood friends or best friends. I do love the enemies to lovers thing also, but I do love the childhood friends to lovers trope probably the most. And then the Valko situation, like, I don't know, like, that's what I'm saying. I really wonder how long has Valko actually known MC? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know it's like childhood for, like, for example, in the case of Zayn and in the case of Caleb, and a little bit with Silas too, because there's that whole thing with the Interstellar Arena where apparently he knew us as kids and all that. That is a whole other can of worms, which I don't want to open right now. But, like, do you get what I'm saying? Even Xavier and Raphael have seen MC when they were like, when MC was like a child or like a teenager. Do you get what I'm saying? So I really wonder if it was the same for Valko, or if his encounter with us was completely different. We'll never know, and we have to, like, fill in the gaps to figure that out. Or hopefully they listen to their players and they eventually release that information out of the basement so we can figure that out. Okay, so that is one thing. That is wow, I went on a whole tangent, but yeah, the point is that hope is not lost. Okay, hope is never lost. Hope and love will always be burning deep in our souls no matter what. Okay, and we will keep fighting for Valko. Valko is valuable, he is loved, he is the 6th ally, and we will keep fighting for him until forever. Okay. Until forever. And then in a rare 1992 interview, something beautiful which Sade said. Okay, I'm gonna share that. Alrighty, so something beautiful which Sade said. She says, obviously, I think a lot of people are frightened if they go away, if they disappear for a while, that everything will crumble, that when they'll come back, there's no place for them. I think the break, actually being away, was good for us all, you know, because it gives you a chance to realize why you're doing what you do and actually want to do what you do. Not just do it because you're already there and you're on the roll. Okay, so essentially what she's trying to say in a nutshell is that she speaks directly to artists and creatives, right? Saying that she explains that stepping back forces you to remember why you actually do want to create in the first place. When attention fades, the work either collapses or it proves to be real. Her advice centers on purpose, not visibility. That honestly is why moments like this still resonate even several decades later. And that is true. That just goes to show that even after his cancellation announcement, he became one of the most popular and the most talked about love interests since then. Like, non-stop, even other girls who love other guys or resonate with other guys more, they still want an advocate for him, because, like I said many times in previous videos, and many creators and people online have said, that we want to preserve the original integrity of the story as it was originally intended to be told, and his removal alters a lot of that, which we don't want that shit to happen. And never in gaming history has this ever happened. I've watched a lot of Love and Chickspace, like Nikki T and Mama Void. I love their videos about they explain the technical sides, because they are, I think, yeah, Nikki is like a 20, she has 20 years in the gaming dev experience, so she knows her shit and she explains it and breaks it down beautifully. Definitely go check their videos out if you haven't. But yeah, like the fact that this has never actually ever happened. I don't think this has ever happened where a character was announced and then it was the character is cancelled and then just not introduced into the game. I don't think this has ever happened in gaming history, gacha or not. Somebody please gently correct me in the comments if this has ever happened. Like, has cancellation of a character ever happened like this? Like, you've seen promotional trailers and everything and in the last minute the character doesn't get announced. Please let me know if this shit's happened, because as far as I know and read about, I haven't seen that happen. That is very disturbing thought to entertain, mind you. So yeah, and the thing is, what she's also saying is that I think this can not only relate to the creative team of Love and Deepspace and of course preserving the creative integrity of Valko and everything, not just him, and for him to return back as he was originally made, of course, preserve him just as he is because he's perfect just the way he is, but also this can also refer to people who are players, the people who are content creators for Love and Deepspace. Some creators, they only have their channels centered around Love and Deepspace, which is mostly like what my channel is, and some are variety gamers, so they can always bounce back and experiment and try other things and try other games, and hopefully by the time people find them or find us, you kind of resonate and stay because you love us, not just because of the content we put out. And that is honestly the hope for, I'm sure, every single content creator, that you choose to watch and you choose to stick around, not just because of the content itself, but because of us. Like, you actually connect with us as the creator, as a person, as a human being in some way, and that is what compels you to stay and stick around. And that is the ultimate form of praise and ultimate form of appreciation for, I think, any creator. Breaks and taking a break, especially when feeling overwhelmed and emotionally distressed from this situation, is extremely vital and super important. That is the reason why my way of dealing with it, or dealing with the burnouts, or dealing with the emotional distress, this has caused me, because I was, like I said in previous videos, I was very extremely depressed. Okay, that is not even an understatement. Very depressed, like not even feeling motivated to do anything much, like entertainment wise, the things that would bring me joy is not bringing me joy because of how upset I was feeling. And I'm sure many of you can relate to that. I know some of you girlies haven't been even sleeping, eating or drinking properly. Please don't do that. Like, please take care of yourselves. You matter. Okay, I know that might be easier said than done, but baby steps. Okay, like prioritizing your health, mental and physical, is the most important. So I hope you never forget that, babe. Okay. And yeah, so it's not such a bad thing to step back and take a break and sort of reassess or like reevaluate how you want to navigate things. Like, especially if you're coming back to the point, if you are somebody who makes primarily Love and Deepspace content, or if you're a consumer, or if you're somebody who mainly who used to watch only Love and Deepspace content at one point, but because of everything that's transpired, you're finding it difficult to stay motivated to continue watching or creating content for the game. That's completely understandable. It's okay to take a step back and reanalyze and refigure out how you want to go from here. There's no shame in that. And like Sade said, the most important thing is that taking a step back, I will repeat that, taking a step back gives you a chance, or like a break, gives you a chance to realize why you're doing what you do and actually want to do what you do. Not just do it because, you're already there and you're on a roll. Like, what is your reason and your purpose for creating content? If you're a content creator, why are you creating? What makes it special for you? That is like a question I had to like deeply ask myself. Like, I love speaking with everybody and I love sharing my thoughts and I love fangirling. Okay, the fangirling, the cute discussions, just that feeling of being giggly and giddy and being girly with other like-minded individuals is something I've always loved. And I'm so glad that, you darling flowers can relate and resonate, and I'm deeply grateful for that, always will be. That is why, like I was saying before, like my way of navigating the situation or coping was to release one video a week. Normally I would do like 2 or 3 videos, 3 videos a week if I used to feel extra inspired and motivated, or if something was happening in the community, or if I felt inspired to talk about something going on that I would normally see on Reddit or wherever. I would talk about it because I feel motivated to do that and it personally impacts me in a way. Okay, that is not to say that issues I don't talk about, I don't find important. That is not what I'm saying. Obviously, if I just because something is happening, I don't feel compelled to talk about every single discussion and discourse there is. If I feel like I want to talk about it, I will. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, remembering why I'm creating in the first place. It is to provide some sort of sanctuary, like a space of comfort, a place of happiness, a place of relaxation, a place to unwind and be goofy and have fun. That is what I've always strived to create, and I hope to experiment a little with some of my upcoming videos, and hopefully you'll stick around and check them out. They're related to things that I love, cute girly pop anime related things, and hopefully you will enjoy it. And some obviously like otome games sprinkled in. Like I said, discussion style videos are honestly some of my favorite videos to create on this channel. It's something that you darlings enjoy the most, which I'm very grateful for. So that is what I will continue to try my best to deliver to you. And yeah, thank you for sticking along with me on this journey, on this ride. I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see your fine self in the next video. Bye.